I call Louise Upston.
Mr Chairman, I just want to bring the House's attention back to one of the statements that's actually on the first page in the explanatory note of the bill, which talks about the fact that the bill is founded on the need for community participation in decision-making processes while balancing this against the need for a timely and coordinated recovery process. And Mr Chair, it was interesting to hear comments that the opposition members are suggesting that some of the significant parties only received the bill with very little notice, because some of the submitters that we actually had in front of us commented on the fact that they were pleased to see the significant improvements in the final version of the bill as opposed to earlier versions of the bill that they had seen. So the members opposite can't have it both ways. They can't say that there's been no involvement with the bill and that people have only just seen it for the first time, and actually hear submitters who then comment about the fact that in particular the area that they notice improvement is the strengthening of the provisions around involving the community in decision making. And I want to draw the House's attention to further parts of the bill in the explanatory note, in particular around the long-term recovery strategy by the Canterbury Earthquake Recovery Authority in collaboration with key stakeholders. And I think this is a word, Mr Chair, that it's fantastic to have it stated so early in the bill, so that it's very clear that the community and key stakeholders will be involved in the creation of that very important overarching long-term recovery strategy. And we heard from submitters, particularly Mr Chair Naitahu, who could see that acting in good faith with the government, that there was a real opportunity for partnership in this discussion, in this dialogue, and the creation of very important documents. One of the things, Mr Chair, that did disturb me a little was that there seemed to be a lack of awareness by the Labour members about the consultation requirements, the notification requirements of the long-term strategy. So I thought it was worth just actually bringing their attention to where that is in the bill. It's stated on page 12 in clause 13, which talks specifically and is entitled Public Notification of the Draft Recovery Strategy. And it says, Mr Chair, that the Chief Executive must ensure that a draft recovery strategy is publicly notified. And so if that's not being in direct dialogue with the members of the community and key stakeholders, where any member of the public has the opportunity to make written comments on that strategy, I'm not quite sure what is. One of the former members talked a lot about this community forum, and the Minister has, I think it's a really important part of this bill in terms of assisting that very important decision-making process. I don't think anyone disagrees with the fact that the community has the needs of Christchurch and Canterbury at heart. They know it, they live it, they breathe it, and that's why this will be, very importantly, and I'll use that word again for the House, a collaborative process. And I want to commend the Minister for being so upfront and blatantly putting the words of community involvement, community forum, collaboration all throughout this bill. I think it's a fantastic step forward. So although we recognise that the fact that this is extraordinary legislation, I have to say, Mr Chair, one that I hope in my time as a Member of Parliament we never have the need to do again, but recognise this as a government who's making tough decisions in tough times, and it is fantastic to see that the majority of the support of the House is behind this bill, although unfortunately some of the people listening might not actually appreciate that fact, given some of the negativity in the comments of the opposition members. Mr Chair, this is a government that is listening to the community, it is listening to the submitters and the evidence that they've raised with us, and taking action right now, right this very minute, to make changes to make sure that this piece of legislation is a lasting one and delivers the results for Christchurch and Canterbury it needs to.
Well done. The Honourable Minister Jerry Brownlee.
Mr Chair,